Okay, so welcome to a new video. This is me, Martin. This is ELT Experiences, and thank you for joining. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell when you subscribe. This will let you know when I upload a new video, and it'll be great to see you. So today in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at how to make reading more engaging, more creative, to really enthuse your students so that they can accomplish a lot more with their reading than they think possible. Tip number one is if you go and have a look at any course book, you could have a reading like this, and this requires a bit of preparation. So you have the reading which is broken down into small paragraphs, and what you could do is you could write out the paragraphs yourselves and break up the paragraphs and cut up all the paragraphs, and the students have to try and put the paragraphs in order. It's a fun, simple activity, and it gets the students to try and find connectors and link in between paragraphs. The second activity that I like to try and incorporate when it comes to reading is a sort of jigsaw activity. You give student A a particular type of reading and student B another type of reading, and it could be different stories, and the students have to try and explain their different stories to the opposite group. It's a fun, engaging activity, and it really does improve the communication and comprehension of actually reading and articulating what that student has read as well. Tip number 3 is to try and get students to write comprehension questions themselves. So you could give them the reading, but don't give them the comprehension questions, and get students to go into 2 groups, write down questions about the reading, and then you have to pass over the questions to the other group, and the students have to try and answer those questions. It's a really interesting activity, and it gets the students looking in detail to try and unpick particular information that they could ask for the other group, or trying to find particular answers that students have actually quizzed them on. Tip number 4, it's a very simple activity. It's been used hundreds of times by thousands and thousands of English teachers, and this one is the common gap fill. The next activity is to try and get students to fill in a gap fill where you're trying to pre-teach vocabulary for that lesson, and you take out the particular words from the reading, and the students have to try and input the particular words that they think from that selection go in the gap. You can also give them a time. So say you've got 3 minutes to try and put in the words in the gap, and the first student to finish correctly gets a point. This activity will actually get students to scan the text quite quickly and try and work out what word will go in the gap by deduction. The final activity that I like to incorporate is dictogloss. So rather than giving the text to the students where they have quite a bulky bit of text to read, what you can do is you can break that text up and give them a dictation exercise. You read out the text at normal speed, and you read it about 4 times usually. You get them to write down all the verbs that they hear, and then the second time all the nouns, the third time all the adjectives, and the fourth time any other words that they hear or phrases. When you have finished the dictation activity, you get students into groups, and they have to try and rewrite the text as best as possible and as close as possible to the original that you've read out. It's a really engaging, quite intensive activity for students, and it requires a bit of training and preparation before you actually start. Give the students some practice, and they'll be able to perform really well after a couple of attempts. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. It would be great if you smash it. Also hit that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you again. As I also mentioned, hit that notification bell. It will tell you when I upload a new video, and it would be great to see you again. Also leave a comment below about how you like to use reading in your classroom, and what idea did you actually think is probably you're going to be trying out in the future. So thanks ever so much for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and happy teaching. Bye bye.